December 1776. The American Revolution was dying. Washington's army was retreating. Hope was lost. The British Empire was winning. Their redcoats marched proudly. They thought the rebellion was over. George Washington was desperate. His army was shrinking. Men were deserting. The cause seemed doomed. His soldiers had no shoes. No blankets. They ate frozen bread. They were freezing to death. Meanwhile, British General Howe relaxed in a warm tavern. He stopped fighting for the winter. He hired German mercenaries, the Hessians. They wore red. They felt safe in Trenton. They were wrong. Washington knew he had one chance left. A crazy, impossible plan. A surprise attack on Christmas night. He would cross the frozen Delaware River. In a blizzard. To attack Trenton. It was suicide or glory.
This is where we must cross.
His officers thought it was suicide.
Success depends on
the river
secrecy.
Was full of ice. The storm was deadly. But Washington insisted. He ordered his men to prepare. 3 days of rations. Silent march. No talking. No fires. The Delaware River was a nightmare. Massive ice chunks floated in the dark, freezing water. They gathered every boat they could find. Wooden rowboats. Fragile. Against a raging, icy river. At 6 p.m. on Christmas Day, Washington stepped into a boat. The crossing had begun.
Pull with all your might!
The current was brutal.
We must
Ice smashed
break
against
through!
the boats. Men fell into the freezing water. Horses panicked. Cannons had to be dragged onto the boats. It was pure chaos in the dark. Through it all, Washington stood at the front. Unmoving. A silent leader in the freezing storm. It took hours. The plan was to cross by midnight. They were already behind schedule. Finally, they reached the New Jersey shore.
Pull it through, boys!
Men slipped on the muddy, icy banks. They were freezing. Washington quickly formed them up. They had to march 9 miles to Trenton. In a blizzard. The march was brutal. The snow was blinding. Men fell asleep walking. Some collapsed in the snow. Many had no shoes. They left bloody footprints in the snow. But they kept moving forward. Washington rode among them. He didn't yell. He just rode with them. His presence kept them going. Dawn approached. The storm worsened. But through the snow, they saw the lights of Trenton. Inside Trenton, the Hessian mercenaries in red uniforms were sleeping. They had partied all Christmas night. Washington split his army. They surrounded the town. Silent. Deadly. The trap was set. A Hessian officer looked out his window. He saw brown uniforms in the snow. He screamed the alarm. The redcoats rushed out, confused and half-dressed. They didn't know what was happening. Washington drew his sword. Attack, he roared. The American army charged into the town. Muskets roared. Smoke filled the snowy streets. The Hessians were caught completely off guard. The Hessians tried to fire their cannons. But American troops charged them with bayonets. Within an hour, the Hessian commander surrendered. The greatest surprise attack in history was a success. The Americans cheered. They had captured 900 prisoners. Not a single American was killed in the attack. 900 Hessian prisoners captured. Supplies seized. Morale restored. The impossible had happened. Washington had done it. One night. One battle. The revolution was alive again. The soldiers celebrated. They had crossed hell itself. And they had won. Even the wounded Hessians were treated with mercy. Victory with honor. They captured cannons. muskets, supplies. Everything the army desperately needed. Washington addressed his men. "You have saved the revolution," he said. And he was right. They marched back across the Delaware. Victorious. Transformed. No longer a defeated army. The same river that could have killed them. Now they crossed as heroes. When General Howe heard the news, he was stunned.
This cannot
His
be
best
correct.
mercenaries defeated.
This line must
By
hold at all
farmers.
costs. We cannot
The British
retreat now,
command
but surely,
panicked.
sir, that is absolute
If
madness.
Washington could
I
win,
will not
what else
yield.
was possible? News spread
Sign
like
right here,
fire. Men who had
Sign
deserted
right here,
came
son.
back. New recruits joined. Hope returned. Across the colonies, people celebrated. The revolution wasn't dead. It was reborn.
We must strike
But
them at
Washington
dawn.
wasn't finished. One victory wasn't enough.
Listen up.
He had more fighting to do. Within days, they would fight again.
For the ridge.
At Princeton. And win again. The British retreated from New Jersey. The hunters had become the hunted. Trenton was just the beginning. The tide had turned. Forever. Today, Trenton is remembered as the battle that saved America. The image of Washington crossing the Delaware became legendary. A symbol of courage. Military academies still study Trenton. The perfect example of leadership and determination. Washington proved that one man's will could change history. But it wasn't just Washington. It was those 2,400 freezing soldiers who refused to quit. Every year, Americans reenact Trenton. To remember what courage looks like.
Present. Give fire.
The Delaware River flows peacefully now. But on Christmas night 1776, it witnessed a miracle. Because of Trenton, that flag still flies today. The men who fought at Trenton became legends. Their grandchildren told their stories.
Like this one.
They wrote letters home. "We fought for freedom," they said. "And we won." Families wept with
Has
joy.
finally arrived.
Their sons, husbands,
coming home.
fathers were alive.
God
And they were
Christ.
heroes. Their names are carved in stone. But their courage lives in every American heart. Before Trenton, defeat. After Trenton, victory. One battle changed everything. The British never recovered. 7 years later, they surrendered at Yorktown. America was born on July 4, 1776. But it was saved on December 26, 1776. George Washington became more than a general. He became a symbol of hope. That night, the camp was alive with celebration. The guns were silent. But the joy was deafening. Washington sat by the fire. His brown uniform stained with mud. But he was smiling. His men, in brown coats, laughed and shared their rations. They were battered, but alive. In the distance, the defeated Hessians in red watched. Their empire's pride, broken in one night. Washington raised his tin cup. To the boys, he said,
To our fallen brothers,
"You saved America tonight."
and to our hard-won
The fire
freedom.
crackled. Sparks flew up into the cold, dark night sky. Above them, the stars shined bright. A new nation was being born in the firelight. The Battle of Trenton. The impossible crossing. The victory that saved a revolution.